Hello, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. We're going to get into the exercises in just a moment. But first, have you ever looked back on a relationship and found that you really weren't treated well? Have you thought of what your part in that was? And I'm not saying what did you do to make that person react that way? That person will react that way, will always react that way. I am saying, what did you need at the time that made you gravitate towards that person, place, or thing? Because if I don't notice what I need, I might be desperately looking for love and settle on attention. If I don't stay conscious, I might be thinking I'm looking at a full cake. I'm getting the cake, but really what I'm getting are crumbs. So let's look for our work. Always looking for our work. Let's get into our exercises, our 15 minutes of work for ourselves to get ourselves a little more conscious about what we need, a little bit more aware of where our mind and body is so that we could know what we want and need. As we get present, we can get into our first exercise here of gratitude. Now, if I don't know that there is something to be grateful for, somebody else can hand me that feeling and then I start following that person. If I could generate that feeling within myself, I don't need to desperately look out and get that from somebody else. Let's look for that feeling within us. What do you have to be grateful for in this moment? Let's wrap for now. Finding our water. I found myself laughing at myself this morning because part of my gratitude list was a banana. And here's the story behind it. This morning, my blood sugar, I felt it dropping, my stomach was rumbling, but there's not always time to make food or be interested in creating a dish. And there was my banana that I got delivered yesterday because the food delivery worked out right. So all of that are things that I'm grateful for. I didn't have to go out and get groceries. I didn't have to wait. But all of these things came from that banana. Let's keep going. Let's go into meditation. And meditation is not some Zen experience that we sit and walk into, like we just get our minds in that space. It is the exercise of having control of my mind. And that is a practice. So instead of allowing whatever thought that comes in there to keep going and play and do whatever it wants, I am now taking control, exercising the muscle of, I'm going to follow my breath for this next minute. And every time some other stuff goes on, I come back to it. And that's the push-up. That's the exercise. Every time my body wants to lay down from gravity, I push back up. That's what we're doing. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And here's another fun thing that I laughed about myself this morning. For a moment, I recognized that suddenly I was thinking about nothing during meditation. And then I started thinking, yay, I can't wait to tell. Oh boy, I just lost it. I don't think I'm thinking of nothing anymore. And back to the breath. And that is still meditating. Let's go into our writing. Write anything. I'm going to start this right now so we don't even have time to think about what to write. Let's start writing right now. Let's wrap the sentence in thought. Find our water. And here's one way that we can let go of what we just wrote. And it doesn't have to mean anything. We're going into yoga. That's it. We just left writing. We're going into yoga. We're stretching and we're elongating anything that allows us to, flattening, rounding, whatever our body wants to do. Let's go slow so our body can say, that's as far as I can go, and we're not pushing too hard and hurting ourselves. Let's stand if we could stand. Sun salutation begins by inhaling the arms up. Reaching up, looking up, continue to inhale. When you're ready to exhale, fold forward. And we're going to hang our arms, hang our head by shaking it so our neck loosens up. And then when we're ready, halfway lift, flatten the back, look up. And let's get into that high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back. You're in that high plank and slowly, steadily lower all the way down to the ground. Once your body's on the ground, push your palms and your chest will come up. Your head comes up, look up. Let's meet in down dog. Hips up into an upside down V. Trying to get your heels close to or on the mat, or maybe bending one knee, then the other. When you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands and then start rolling up, coming up into standing position. Meet your palms above your head and exhale them down to the center of the chest. Maybe take a moment here. For some reason, this pose feels good. Hands pressing against each other. If that feels great, great. If you want another stretch, arm raised in a V, whatever feels comfortable. Finding the water. And finding your credit. Maybe you were so comfortable sitting there, but you still took that stretch, even in that seated position, if that's what you needed. Let's go into our plank. Again, giving ourselves what we need. We do need to exercise. We do need to use our muscles in order to continue to get to use the muscles. But do the plank the way you want. Knees down, knees up. Every 10 seconds, you come up, you come down, whatever it is. Let's get in that ready position. Be willing to go. Get that mind and body ready for this. And go in 3, 2, 1. We're planking right now. Now is the time to plank. We can do that other stuff, whatever you want to do right now. Put it on pause for, that was 10 seconds, for 1 minute. And we're already 10 seconds into that minute. So this pause won't last long. Let's get a little uncomfortable and that was 20 seconds. How is your body feeling today? What is your mind doing to help your body stay in that position? That's 30 seconds. What do I mean by that? Sometimes I sing myself a song. Sometimes I speak encouragingly. Sometimes I follow my breath so I don't have to think of anything. With 20 seconds left, how do you conjure up the energy? Maybe you growl. Maybe you take the pain off your face. Maybe you follow your breath for 10 seconds. Find what you need to stay in this pose for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off the pose and take your time. Find a stretch maybe that works. Find a lot of credit. Find some water. Find a way to find satisfaction in taking this action that you find important. What that will do is it'll make it easier to repeat the action. Go, I did that. I wanted to do that. Even though it felt like I didn't want to, once I did it, I was glad I did. Let's keep going into breaking some procrastination. And this could be a little nerve-wracking. I don't know what procrastination to break. I don't know what I could start and stop in 1 minute. Great. This is a great space for you to think about this. Look for a small task. This is the time to do it. What happens if we experiment and do something manageable right now? Let's wrap the task for now, finding the water. And finding a way to think about how 1 minute could really be productive. Imagine the person sitting next to you at work decided they're not going to take showers anymore versus they're going to take 1 minute showers every morning. Which one would you like? How important is 1 minute in that scenario? Let's keep going. Let's go into our connection minute. Reaching out to someone, letting them know a little bit about you. Doesn't always have to be a question about them. It could be, hey, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Do you have time to chat later on? Or really proud of myself. I got that project in yesterday. Whatever it is, we're looking to practice that social muscle, which if we don't have practice, it could feel a little uncomfortable. So let's be in the safe space with that discomfort and see what we can connect with right now. Let's wrap for now, finding the water. And finding that it might still be uncomfortable, even if we are in a safe space. But that's okay. It's a kind of discomfort that leads us into more comfort as we practice. Let's shake it off. Let's get into some aerobics. What does that mean? Maybe getting your heart rate going by putting some energy into a movement. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Move your body. And you could walk around. I mean, I understand that I just said get your heart rate going, get your heart to do something. That's 10 seconds, meaning move around because now is the time to move around. If you don't have the energy to run around, walk around. If you don't have, and that's 20 seconds, if you don't have the energy for full jumping jacks, do them halfway somehow. But this is what we're doing right now, and good on you if you got going. For 30 seconds, let's keep going. And of course, if you haven't started, when's a good time to start? Right now. It is not too late. We're still going for 20 more seconds. And as you're going, if you haven't stopped, or even if you did, this gets more and more challenging, of course, as time passes. Let's find our strength for 10 seconds. Let's see what we can do just for today, as strong as we can do it, for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. Maybe stretch your way back, have some water. And thanks for taking OMAT today.